We are top of the championship. We're doing amazing. Teixeira has 7 goals from centre-back. Everything is coming up Millhouse. I went away on holiday. I've come back. And there's an update to Football Manager. And the first game we're going to be playing on that new update is against Aston Villa. I have no idea if our set-piece routines still work. I don't know if our tactics still works. Everyone's been complaining on Twitter about their tactics breaking, and I'm sat here thinking, why didn't I play this game before I went on holiday? Aston Villa away, after that, Swansea at home. If we win this game here, we win against the team in second, and yes, we have played a game more than everyone else. Just ignore that. Teixeira is sexy, Abubakari's played for Ghana, and I'm back from holiday and ready for today's episode of Park to Prem. Let's do this. Yes, folks, how is it going? Welcome back to Park to Prem. Today is episode number 75, and as I've already alluded to, there was a Football Manager update since last episode. Now, of course, I went away on holiday, had a lovely time in Stockholm and Helsinki, but I'm back, Football Manager hat on, and like I already said, I should have played this game before I went on holiday. Now, of course, last episode, we had an awful defeat against Norwich. It was actually a way closer game, I feel like, than the scoreline suggests. 3-1 flattered them a lot. Since then, well, we lost to MK Dons in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, MK Dons, who were relegated from the Championship last year. I did play a fully rotated team. Everyone played awful, with the exception of Bobby Thomas. It was a bad day at the office, but one less competition to worry about or something. Since then, though, 5 games played in the Championship, and 5 is a very lovely number because, well, we got 5 goals against Ipswich Town. Look at this performance here. Teixeira was on fire. He got a goal. Williams was playing amazing, and it was just a superb team display. We went ahead early in this game. It was, 3-0 at half-time. Teixeira scored early in the second half, and it was just a day that made me happy. And well, the happy days continued into the month of September. 4 games played in this month, 4 further wins. We have won our last 5 games on the bounce. The first against Birmingham City, Abubakari picking up a brace, and well, he'd score in the very next game as we beat Hull City 2-1. Abubakari, ignore the red arrows, apparently he's been declining a little bit as a player, but playing as the shadow striker in our system, he's been looking really, really good. Of course, last year played a deeper role. This year, we've moved him forward. And whilst a lot of his goals have come from the penalty spot, there is no denying with 6 goals in 8 games and a 7.4 rating, and having now played for Ghana, he's absolutely amazing. Some bad news. I think this winter is the African Cup of Nations, so there's a chance that Kennedy isn't around with us for what could be a very important point in the season. I suppose, though, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of a good problem to have when your best players are going away on international duty. It's going to boost up his reputation, maybe increase the resale value, and, well, he's a player I'd like to keep around, much like Teixeira, who scored as we beat Millwall 1-0. This man, 20 jumping reach. We knew that this was a potential weapon. We changed up our corner routines a little bit, selected a better taker, aim them at this man every single time. And yeah, he's got 7 goals in 8 games, which did feel a little bit silly, I'll be honest, in the match engine. But having now had an update happen, I'm curious to see if the back post corners, which seem to be Teixeira's forte, kind of, if they're still good or not. Because usually Football Manager are pretty good at kind of playing whack-a-mole. You know, you find a good set piece and then suddenly they wham it in an update and it's broken. Our most recent game was against a struggling West Brom. I feel like West Brom are one of those teams you associate with being a good championship side. Not the moment in this universe. Here, Guardia with a goal and an assist, Williams with 2 goals, and also really good to see McKillop get an assist. A man who has been, of course, trained as a defensive midfielder, has already picked up this role, looks like a promising midfielder, been able to give him a little bit of game time here and there, and as you might have noticed from the kind of current team playing time, if you just look through things here, I have been rotating the team quite a lot. We've been going ahead in games kind of early on, getting a couple goal leads, and that has allowed me just to keep things fresh, keep things rotated, and as a result of that, we've got just a very, very happy team. Everyone's happy with their play time. We're top of the league. Morale's amazing. I feel like it's all destined to fall apart sooner rather than later. Talked about Teixeira being this top performer, and, well, yeah, he is the top performer. He's a centre-back with 7 goals in 8 games. But behind him, Williams is playing really, really well. Of course, he is the man who takes a lot of our set pieces. But beyond that, he's looked very, very good from open play. 4 goals to his name. Of course, just as a reminder, this man has 5 finishing. Last year, he got 7 assists. He's already got that many this season. He's been great. And our third best performers, well, you can see them here. It's Abubakari and Scott Williams. They are tied on 7.4 ratings. And, well, if we just look at Scott Williams, captain, fantastic. He has been beyond solid this year. Defensively, we have been great. And in fact, that is something that we should talk about. we've kept a lot of clean sheets so far this season. We have 4 clean sheets in 8 games. Just to look at the league table, obviously, we are top, we're on fire, as are our opposition today in Aston Villa, but crucially, we have played a game more than everyone else. So whilst there is this nice cushion that exists, don't get too carried away with it just yet. Anyway, first game of the season today is an away day, so we're going to hop on to Google Maps. Aston Villa, Villa Park. Let's see what you're cooking up. I've never been to Villa Park. But that's all about to change today as we head to Birmingham and as we head to Aston Villa Hall. No, I meant to be at Villa Park, 2 very different places. For those curious, here is Villa Hall. Can't tell you if this is a good day out. Villa locals, Birmingham residents. Is Villa Hall nice? I don't know. As for the stadium itself, it is one of the older stadiums in England, and it's certainly a stadium that has played host to many a game over the years. Remember, was it the FA Cup where they used to have like the semi-finals at kind of big stadiums in the north and south? Is that like a fake memory that I've kind of implanted in my brain? I feel like that used to be a thing. Am I wrong? I feel like Villa Park was used for some of those games. Was that a thing? I don't know. I got very confused for a second by the fact the corner flag was labelled. I've realised the corner flag is actually a dining area in the stadium. I was sat thinking, who has put a pin for the corner flag at Villa Park? But no, I am wrong. First impressions, there is a car park. It kind of looks like a go-kart track with the red and white bollards around the edge. You could definitely do some good racing through here. Need for Speed Underground 3 should be based in Birmingham. Compared to a lot of the modern architecture we've seen in recent away days, you have to give it to Villa Park. It does have a bit of character, doesn't it? It kind of looks like a Disneyland train station. Does anyone know the reference there? If you've been Disneyland train station, it's got that energy. I can imagine there being a train through here. I did say it was an older ground, didn't have all the details, I wouldn't be a good tour guide. It's been home since 1897, so yeah, this place has been around a while. In terms of stadiums we visited this year, this is definitely one of the more characterful ones, you know? It feels like, you can really tell it's been built up over a lot of years. There's a bit of the old, bit of the new, and good entrance. I mean, the signage could be better, but you've got lions doing fist bumps, so what more could you want? Also, I've just spotted, there's even more car parking, and the store is separate to the stadium. I'm going to stand by the Disneyland statement. This does look like a theme park store, doesn't it? With this weird kind of shapeage going on. It's very jazzy. Okay, I wanted to have a look inside the stadium. Why are there so many dots in the ground? I mean, obviously, I can't do all of these. Do people do photospheres everywhere? Oh my God, where am I? I think you can go round the entire interior of Villa Park. Should we try and do a lap? I've seen some comments recently. Jack spends too long doing the away days. Look, you can't blame me. Now we're in the big leagues. We can just go round entire stadiums. We can just wander down corridors. I feel like I'm not meant to be here. This doesn't look like a football stadium, does it? Like, from this inside bit here, would you know you're in a football stadium? Looks like an old hotel or something. I've discovered what can only be described as the Aston Villa Museum. Guess who formed the Football League? It was Aston Villa. They've got a model of their football stadium in the stadium. That, I don't want to say it's overkill, but we've not seen that before on an away day. Can I imagine if someone did Google Street View miniatures in the model? It'd be an away day within an away day. I found a new corridor to go through, so we're just going to keep adventuring. I don't want to alarm anyone. I've got lost in a staircase. How do I get out of here? If you want to go around the whole of the inside of the stadium, you can. We do actually have Football Manager to play. So here is the inside of Villa Park. It's a good stadium. There's not a lot going on beyond the football stadium itself. But in terms of actual football stadiums, I'm gonna level you. It's one of my favourite in England. Just the general appearance. It's some of the old, it's some of the new. Fantastic grass as well. Look at this. Is there anything better than perfectly cut grass? I don't think so. Also, we can just walk to the centre spot. Now I know what it's like to take kickoff at Villa Park. How do I grade this? Villa Park, great car park. That's why it's called Park, I think, because of the parking. Great stadium, great character. Nice, big, more car park. Disappointing that there's Kazoo written all over it. Villa Park away, 8.25 out of 10. Just before we get into the match today, probably should mention some transfer news. You're going to understand in a second why I didn't really talk about it sooner. Not too much going on, but Abu Kamara has left us to go to Salford. No one wanted to buy him permanently. I wanted him off the wages. He's probably not going to be around next year. So, yeah, Kamara may well have played his last ever game for us. And elsewhere, Connor Panny, who had been pushing for a move for a while, has got the move that he wanted. He has headed over to Rotherham. Some really good money received for him. I did decide to get in a replacement. Paul Murphy, in on loan with the option to buy. Versatile centre mid option. We won't be buying him. He's broken his leg and he's out for 5 to 7 months. I can't cancel his loan, so he's here for the rest of the season. He'll probably never play a game for us. I'm annoyed about this though, because he looked like a really good loan option, and we have this optional fee of £100,000 to buy him for. But yeah, he did have injury proneness as a worry. Still didn't really expect him to break his leg and just be injured for the whole season. So what it does mean is when it comes to team news, with the exception of Murphy who's not available, we are actually at full strength. So there's nothing too crazy going on here. This is a team that has largely settled itself now. Walder has won out, I think, in the battle for the right wing-back position. Of course, Vaughan's was the man we brought into play here. In truth, his versatility makes him a very good option to have on the bench regardless. But yeah, the 20-year-old, not the number 2 I thought he was going to be. That makes it sound like I'm talking about something else. Basically, he's lost his spot right back. Elsewhere, though, team is very, very settled, playing very, very well. Machete, already now accomplished at centre defensive mid. Things you love to see, and well, hopefully, we're going to see more things we love to see on the football pitch. Let's go take on Villa. Has just dawned on me, playing this first match on the new patch, I have no idea if the skin still works. Sometimes updates break Football Manager skins. If my in-match stuff is all broken now, I am going to be very, very upset. And also, you know this is a big game today because we've got all the fancy graphics out. We're on TV, everyone. We are now big time here at Guernsey. Here is our team. Here is our beautiful squad. And, well, hopefully we're going to just see another beautiful result. We've been in some great form. Let's try keep it going. Good news, doesn't look like anything's broken, so big thumbs up. So Aston Villa are playing a 4-2-3-1. I think that matches up pretty nicely against us, of course. Whenever Football Manager gets an update, I appreciate we have some people who watch the channel who are maybe new to Football Manager. You might not even play Football Manager. Maybe you just stumbled on in one day and you've just not left, which is quite impressive, 75 episodes in. But yeah, Football Manager gets these updates, and sometimes it does change the overall balance of the game because the game is a game. And it does mean that something that worked on one patch might not be effective on another. And truth be told, I feel like we really had stumbled upon something that was working great for us. Now I'm worried that it's all going to come crumbling down. That said, it probably is important to remember today, we are taking on Aston Villa, who are undeniably a very, very good team. And in terms of games that we've played as of late, there haven't been any massive teams we've played against. There's not been super high quality players that just, have ripped us to shreds like there was last year, it feels like. Aston Villa having a lot of the early play, but we do have a chance here. Ball in, Schmid heads it. Keeper, did he tip that over? I don't think he did. It hit the crossbar. Yeah, we have not been amazing in this game, but what I will say is Villa already have 3 members of their back 4 on yellow cards after 35 minutes. That would be like my worst nightmare. I hate yellow cards. Not a whole load of chances here. Only a few minutes left of this half. We've had 3 shots on target. Villa have not had any. They started the game pretty well. Since then, it's been a game bogged down in the midfield. Not a whole lot of opportunities. On a couple of occasions, we gave the ball away in not so great areas, but despite that, 0-0 at the break. Truth be told, this would be a very, very good result if we could hold on for it, but still plenty of football to be played here. I suppose it's easy to fixate on the fact Teixeira has been scoring a load of goals and we've been very good going forward, but we've kept clean sheets in half of our games this year. Defensively, we have been very, very well disciplined, very, very well organised, and I think that has really shown through, and we're seeing a bit more of that in this game here, where Villa are yet to create anything of their own. Of course, if we were the home side here, maybe taking on slightly lesser opposition, I'd be looking to push things a little bit more, but, well, with where this game's at right now, plenty of football still to be played. I'm going to make a few minor changes here and there, but nothing too radical. Fresh legs on, maybe remove a few players who haven't been playing great in the midfield. But yeah, this is not the kind of game where I feel like we need to change things to go chasing. If we draw this game, I kind of feel like that's fine. Of course, I do want to win it, so if Williams wants to find Teixeira here, that would be good. He's going to float it in. Teixeira is there. Scotty Williams is there at the... Well, I was going to say the near post. He was just in the middle of the goal, really. We've scored from another corner. I don't know if Teixeira's goal was stolen here by Scott Williams. It was headed back across goal. I think Williams did actually have to get a touch on that. It's another really well-worked routine by us, though. Gives us a lead. I'm just going to change it from attacking to positive. I like to do this in games where we perhaps don't want to overcommit. Of course, with how we set up, 7 men behind the ball, look to defend deep, look to defend well, and we're Well, looking to do that again here as the goal scorer is going to head it away, and a very composed header by Schmid back to Setford. Looking to build from the back. Still 20 minutes left in this game. Plenty of action, and while Setford is kicking it into orbit, Williams challenges for it, but unfortunately can't get the ball. Now Carmo bringing the ball forward for them. Vorms battling away, fresh off the bench, lays it to Williams. Thought for a second he might be able to pick out Abubakari in the middle. Still might be picked out here as Machete's making a ball in. Battling away, Machete dinks it. Guardia can't win the header. I'll tell you what, we're getting first to a lot of these balls here. I've hit the pause button by accident. Mackenzie, can you get it into the middle? Do you ever excitedly hit the space bar? Apparently I do. Guardia has scored. It's 2-0 here at Villa Park. This was a real test for us. We are passing that test with flying colours. Am I allowed to get this excited this early on in the season? We are playing some really good football. I mean, look at this. This is just beautiful. From one wing back to the other. And then Guardia with the easiest finish you're going to see. Williams has been playing great. Teixeira's been playing great. If Guardia can just start scoring a load of goals, we have a recipe for potential promotion. I want a third. Give it to me. Schmid. Williams heads it. Cowley's challenging. Abubakari gets there first, and it's only just gone over. Still 15 minutes here. Probably need to just calm down a little bit. But can you blame me for getting overexcited with how we're playing right now? Just as a reminder, I don't think we have a player on more than £5,000 a week. We're taking on these teams with players on kind of £80,000 a week in some instances. And I feel like we've just got a system, a group of players that are just making it work at the moment. Still got a couple of changes left in us. Williams on a booking. Going to take him off and bring in Mason Burstow. Elsewhere, Schmid's not played great. You know what? Bobby Thomas, you've been reliable. Make a quick double change here. Last couple of subs for us. Let's just see this game out. Villa in this half have not had a shot on target. They have done diddly squat. And I'll tell you what, in terms of days at the office, Setford has had a very chilled out day here. 4 minutes of added time. It's flying away. It's 2-0. I'm feeling very, very giddy and excited. What just lose to Swansea at home in a moment? That was such a controlled display. Controlled display. I'm a wordsmith. Look at that. Top of the table. Villa dropped down to third. I mean, as soon as we took the lead, it never really looked in doubt. We've got a plus 19 goal difference, and our opposition in our next game are Swansea, who, I mean, they're 9 points behind us. They have also played 9 games. Cardiff, you can see here, in fourth, have only played 7 games. So the gap that we have, whilst it looks comprehensive right now, that could shrink a little bit in the, well, coming months. Speaking of which, we're going to get into that Swansea game. It is a week away, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be at home. We're playing at Plainmoor, and Slaven Bilic is their manager, aged 64. Is he better than me as a manager? I wish you could compare yourself to other football managers. I don't think you can do that. I want to compare him with me. Can I compare Slaven Bilic with me? Where am I in my list of staff? I'm not here. I choose to believe I'm the better manager. Attributes don't matter anyway. We're learning that with our team this year. Guardia has had a little bit of a slow start to his time at the club, but what I will say is, even if he's not performing on the pitch training-wise, he is actually continuing to develop, which is kind of exciting because he is a player with a little bit of unfulfilled potential. That was only his 3rd goal of the season. Hopefully he's going to score more in a mo. We're taking on Swansea, historically good against the Welsh teams. Let's see if history, well, repeats itself. Okay, folks, game number 2 against Swansea. We're at that point in the season where there's not too much going on between games, really. It's about just continuing our momentum, continuing our great form. You can see the updated league table here. A few teams have played games that they had in hand, including the likes of Cardiff. Swansea knocking on the door of the playoffs right now. A win here, and we're going to knock them away from the door, quite literally. It is very, very close in mid-table. Kind of relieved that with our current predicament, we are sitting kind of pretty at the top. Don't really want to touch anything. It's been a week since the last game. In a little bit of other news, Abubakari and Guardia have both been called up on international duty, which on the one hand is really, really good, but there is something quite nice about when in international breaks, you can just rest everyone. With that in mind, we might need to manage their minutes a little bit more as the season goes on. At least for now, though, they are going to get the nod. Last time we took on Swansea, I think we lost it, so I want revenge today. I'm going to ask the players for blood. Look at me on the touchline in my green suit and my red trousers. You can tell things are going well on the pitch because I'm just a little bit happier with the commentary. Can you feel it? I'm in a chirpy mood. I think it's also the fact I've not played Football Manager in a week. You know, I'm just excited to get back into things. We're in such a good spot. And, well, with this newborn energy, I'm hoping that we're going to see the energy, I suppose, with the players as well as with myself here, as Scotty Williams has the ball inside the first 5 minutes. To get an early goal would be really nice. Walder on the overlaps, crosses it in. Abubakari probably should have scored. He skied what was a great opportunity. Right, Adam on the near side, throwing it to Guardia. He's going to lay it back to Schmid. Donald with it, Machete. Look at the build-up play. Look at the movement. There's a confidence. There's a swagger. Adam's going to whip in. Walder's there. It hits the crossbar. It hits the post, and I don't know what... How's it not gone in? I mean, I'll tell you how it's not gone in. You can see it there. I feel like Guardia had a chance. Oh, my word. It's not often you see goal line technology in Football Manager. It was actually needed there. Less than 15 minutes played here, so let's not get too carried away. We have had 77% of possession. We're dominating this game at the moment. We just need a goal to top off what has been a fantastic opening for us. Walder takes the ball down great. Scott Williams is going to play it back to Walder. Little give and go by the right wing back. He turns away from danger and gives it back to Williams. Inside to Machete. Walder now with it. We are just probing these wide areas, causing them some issues. Look at this. Donald to Gera. Where's he going to go? Back to Williams. Could switch the play here. Goes all the way back to Setford. You know what? I don't mind this. This is like a new era of Guernsey. We're playing like we are superior teams to the opposition we come up against. I say that. We've now given away the ball. Is this the Guernsey of old? Is it back? Rogers squares it. Tripp. Hits it wide. Oh, my word. For a second, I lost sight of the ball. I thought they'd scored. I thought I'd done, the curse of the commentator. I've bigged us up so much. They're probably going to score now, aren't they? Schmid, nice read. Now with Adam on the overlap. The left wing back cutting inside. Running into danger. To Gera, though. 20 jumping reach still. People have commented on how they're concerned for my well-being if his jumping reach drops below 20. If it goes down to 19, it will be a sad day. There might just be a day where I don't upload a Park to Prem episode, and you will know what has happened on that day. Anyway, as for the here and now, we've got what was that throw in? Okay, we've given it straight to them. Swansea back with the ball. Having dominated the opening and perhaps deservedly... I was going to say we would have deserved a goal. We didn't deservedly get the goal. Suddenly, Swansea do seem to be getting the ball off us in some somewhat compromising areas. We need to score when we're on top in these games. Our momentum's been good. We need to keep that going. There might be a chance here. Guardia round the keeper. The defenders are doing some heroics, and then some remarkable composure in front of goal. See Swansea get it away from danger. I'm not sure how this game is 0-0. It's been an absolutely mad opening to this game. I don't think that's an exaggeration to say. We've played some great football, carved them open on a couple of occasions. Just need the goal to reward ourselves, really, as Williams is going to try and nod it back to Walder. Definitely having some joy in the wing-back areas this game. You can see our wide players getting far forward, making a lot happen. Setford, don't do anything stupid. That's fine. I feel like a few Football Managers ago, you saw a weird highlight like that and you'd panic. It has got better in recent years. Sometimes I go back and watch old Football Manager content I did. Weird the stuff goalkeepers do. It is definitely better. I say that and then our keeper does that. I mean, he sits on his bum and they score. It's 1-0 Swansea. Have I been guilty of enjoying myself too much today? I feel like I've been too giddy. I've been too happy to play Football Manager, and now Football Manager sensed that. It sensed my complacency and it wants to make me sad. Not great defending. Right, can we have a response before half-time? We've got 12 minutes to try and make something happen here. The Swansea are in possession and, well, having got a goal now, maybe the wind is in their sails. Maybe they've got the confidence flowing through them. Bob, great name, on the near side, lays it back to Poole, inside to Hodge. Running away from danger here. We don't mind this, but if we could win the ball back, there is a 2-on-2. Small, bringing it forward now for them. Crosses it in, and, well, I think that was a cross. It might have been a shot. Couple of minutes left before the break. We have not been good in this game. We started amazingly. First 15 minutes, all we did was everything but score, really, and it's suddenly 2-0. What was that? I knew the first result was too good. I don't want to say this is a very Football Manager goal. This is a very Football Manager goal, isn't it? Poole shoots from range, hits the crossbar, and Cordoba is the only person who reacts on the entire pitch. Somehow Swansea are 2-0 up, and I don't know what's happened. I mean, you look at the XG story, you can see Swansea's 2 goals here. They have been their 2 golden opportunities. We started the game amazingly. We should have taken the lead much, much sooner in this game. I'm going to shout more. I'm going to tell the players they're terrible. I am going to change things up a little bit here. Machete is going to go to Volante on support. I'm just not happy. This is the first game in a while where all the ratings are bad. Guardia's on a 6.0. You know what? Guardia, off you come. Mason Burstow, it's your time to shine, lad. Need a response in the second half. We've had a lot of the ball without doing too much with it. There's definitely a temptation to go a little bit more direct, but when you do that, naturally, you don't dominate the ball like we, well, enjoy doing. So I don't want to change that too prematurely, although if they get a third, I mean, what's happened? What happened to the team that played a week ago? We played 2 minutes in this half, and, I mean, Abubakari wins a header that falls straight to Bob. Cordoba cuts through, and then, I mean, it doesn't even hit the back of the net. It just trickles over the line. I'm upset. Going to change things up a little bit, simply because I feel like we might as well at this point. We're going to bring in McKillop, I think, to just play as I think we'll play him as a ball-winning midfielder, actually. I'm going to take off Machete as well and bring in Blaine Goller. He's going to play as a centre mid on attack. I don't want to change anything too radically too quickly, but I'm so unhappy with what I've seen here. We're going to a back two. That's when you know things are bad. I think Schmid will actually play as a deep line playmaker on support for us. He can play this role pretty well. I mean, he's got 16 passing, 14 vision. He is actually naturally a defensive midfielder, so we're just putting him back where he belongs. Having already made 3 changes in this game, I don't want to change too much else, but I will just change up some instructions rather than personnel. In terms of our distribution, you know what? We'll continue to roll it out, but I want it quicker. Out of possession, slightly higher line. There's still the players to get stuck in. We've got no one on yellow cards. We need to show a little bit of fight here. I mean, Cordoba's got a hat-trick, to be fair to him, in about 16 minutes. They've had 5 shots on target. 3 of them have found the back of the net. We dominated the game early and just didn't get a goal. Now, we have it all to do. Ordinarily, I'd be emotionally checked out at this moment, but I know what our players are capable of. I've seen us play some great football here, and I know we have goals in us. There is one there, Kavan Williams with the header. It's his 6th of the season. It's 3-1. It's not over yet. Still 35 minutes left to be played here. Ball crossed in by Adam. Williams rises highest. George gets a hand to it, but it's not a big enough hand. Thrown immediately here. I mean, I'm starting to get my hopes up, everyone. If we get another goal, 2 in 2 minutes, suddenly the whole complexion of this game changes. Of course, if Swansea now score, just erase any hope that we just built up. You know, I got carried away, but with how we're playing, with how confident our team look, I have to back us to try and make something of what remains of this game. We've created chances. We just need to start finishing them. Of course, we are committing more players forward. We're going to leave ourselves open. Burstow on off the bench through, tucks it away. I think he's onside here. And it's 3-2. Was it Adam again with the ball through here? Who played the ball through? Was it McKillop? It was. It was the 2 subs linking up. Shocking defensive line by Swansea. But Burstow, difficult angle. Really, really good finish, justifying his inclusion on the bench and justifying the fact we brought him on to get the goals. 28 minutes left here. I'm starting to believe, everyone. We've got another highlight. We had a throw-in which they've dealt with, but the ball is still in a dangerous area with so many men forward. Walder crosses it in. Burstow can't get there. Schmid is there, though, to keep the ball alive. Back to Walder. Williams, Goller, hits it. It's blocked. Oh, I thought Burstow was going to get there. I started to believe. I started to, you know, we all dreamed the possibilities as the ball looped up. It's now George with it. He's going to look to go long. Of course, 2 at the back now does leave us a little bit exposed. And Swansea, well, they're committing men forward. Trip here. Difficult angle. Hits it. Oh, my word. This game is too lively. Suddenly, Swansea, you know, they've had one highlight. They might be about to have another because it's Thierry Small putting the ball in. Walder heads it away. Schmid can't quite get there. Small to put in another ball. Tejera heads it away. Only as far as Bob. Dinked in. Rogers heads it. He's hit the outside. The post. Now we have a corner. This is our secret Williams. Our secret weapon is what I was going to say. And maybe it's our secret Williams as well. It's Kavan Williams who took the corner. On this occasion, they've dealt with it well. And now suddenly, Swansea perhaps looking to launch a counter-attack. Although they don't look in a rush to get the ball forward to commit men up the pitch. I say that. McGurk, he's picked up the ball. Wide area. Can he get it into the middle? He crosses it in. Rogers is there. It's 4-2. There's still 20 minutes left. I want to believe we could still get back into this. Setford with the ball in his hands is going to roll it out to Scott Williams. I'll tell you what, Setford's not had a good game today. He's on a 5.9. He looks sad. If I had a goalkeeper on the bench, this is the kind of game where I might bring him on. Don't have one though, so instead, we've got to deal with this. What's just happened? Burstow scored. What's their goalkeeper doing? I mean, this has not been a goalkeeping masterclass today, has it? I suppose I should ask the question. If you've been playing Football Manager a lot over the weekend, how has the new match engine been? Because I don't feel like that was happening before the update they did last week. I'm not going to complain. It's gone in our favour. It's 4-3. It's a 7-goal thriller, and there's still time left. I need another goal. Williams with the ball yet again. We're looking to play it out from the back. Walder at right back, bringing it forward, perhaps. I say that. He changes his mind. He hears me and thinks, now, you know what? We're not going forward. We're going back again. Walder, right wing back, making his way forward. Look at him go. It's a mazy run. He picks out Williams. Options in the middle. Burstow's there. He should have scored. It could have been a hat-trick. I've been very animated today. I don't know what. I think it's just I'm excited to be back playing Football Manager after a week without it. I'm going to demand more here. How much added time is that? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I was thinking about going very attacking. Going very attacking never works. Swansea have got a corner. There's a minute left. We have to get the ball away from danger here. Hit them on the counter. We could still get an equaliser. Bob, you time-wasting little git. Get the ball in the box, please. He's going to cross it in. They've hit the crossbar. Oh my word. What is happening? There's another chance. There's 30 seconds left. If we score here, we're on the pitch. Burstow takes it down, tackled away. Ball played back. I thought for a second Williams was going to get on the end of it. Tejera, you got to get it forward, mate. He's going to launch it. I've pointed the wrong way, I realise, for you guys in the camera. Burstow can't get there. Poole is going to try and get it away from danger. I mean, Swansea are playing it around the back here. They are living dangerously. There's 9 seconds left. Tejera, get it forward again. He's going to launch it. Burstow down towards Aboubakari, and it was offside. And that's it, isn't it? The Football Manager wanted to give me a little bit of hope. Show me a highlight at the end of the game. It's all for absolutely nothing. Surely that's the last bit of action for this game. I mean, we were 3-0 down. We were dead and buried. We fought back kind of okay, I suppose. I think it's unfortunate that we've lost it, but sometimes Football Manager do be like that. Bizarrely, that is one of the most enjoyable defeats I think I've had in Football Manager in a live commentary episode. I just enjoyed the madness of it all. What it does mean is that if Peterborough and Cardiff win their games in hand, they would now go above us. And the league table does look very close, but to our credit, we do still have the best goal difference in the league. I realise, having bigged up our defence so much and watching us get a clean sheet against Villa, we have just conceded 4 goals there. Unfortunately, our 6-game unbeaten run has come to a close, and that result was kind of different to all the ones that preceded it. 3 clean sheets in a row. Suddenly we ship 4. I am curious, how good is this Cordoba bloke? He got a hat-trick in this game, 21 years old, Colombian, valued at between 31 and 39 million pounds. I mean, that is all right for some, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to go collect my breath. I'm going to go have a chill out. I feel like I don't need to play Football Manager again now for another week. I want another rest. Let me know what you thought of today's episode. Good games, I think. Entertaining, certainly. Just looking at things here, obviously we are still top. Great to see highly professional squad personality. That is something that has been a little bit of the focus of our recruitment. I'm hoping that is going to help us in this kind of situation here where, despite having a younger team, we are going to need some professional attitude going into this next run. We've got an international break. We're going to go away, reset. In terms of when we're going to be back next time, I don't know right now. Peterborough in second, we play at the start of December. That might well be when we return. If you have enjoyed today's episode, do make sure to drop a like on things. Until next time, take it easy. It is me, Jack, and I'll see you all in a bit. I'm out.